our preschool is based on the Indiana early learning standards. So we look at those and we make sure that through our curriculum that we are covering those to help develop the kids, not only just academically but socially and emotionally. We want them to be ready for kindergarten. We are housed at GES. It's open to all children that are 4-year-old by August 1st. They must be potty trained. They must live in the Greensburg Community Schools District and plan on attending GES in the future. So we, want to get this opportunity out to as many students as we can. We know that parents' schedules differ, so we do offer a morning session and an afternoon. Morning is from 8:30 to 11, and afternoon is from 12 to 2:30. I think three of our biggest pluses are we are free. The second one is we do offer bus transportation. While that is limited, we do offer it, so we encourage everyone to go ahead. Registration is already open. I'll talk a little bit about that in a few minutes, but our spots are limited, and once school starts, we cannot offer bus anymore because we do share that with other programs throughout the day. So if you're wanting bus, please make sure that you register early. The third thing is that our teachers are licensed in early childhood education. So that is a big plus for our program. And another plus is that they are also previous kindergarten teachers, so they kind of know where the kids need to be in order to be successful in kindergarten. So that just kind of gives our whole program a nice big round go.
How many years have you been doing preschool now?
This is the 26-27 year will be our 7th year. We actually started in August of 2020, which was the COVID year. So, we had to try to get that word out since we were all at home during that time. So, yes, it's been very successful.
Kind of talk about what you've seen as they move out of your program as preschoolers into kindergarten.
Yeah. Well, the main thing is they just kind of know how to do school. A lot of times if they don't go to preschool, they've been at home or they might have been a babysitter, and those structures may not have been in place, like just, raise your hand if you want to, get up from your seat, or, how to stand in a line, how to take turns. And that is really one of the main reasons that we started our preschool, because we were seeing a lot of kids that, maybe had never been to the playground, didn't know how to use the equipment, or had never played Candyland or Chutes and Ladders and play some of those games where you have to take turns and those kind of things. So we mixed all of that with our curriculum. We do use a precursor like our Heggerty, which is our phonemic awareness, which is what kids hear, the sounds and how they put those sounds together. It helps them learn to read. We use the preschool version, and then in kindergarten they use the kindergarten version. So it's kind of a prerequisite getting them ready, like the academic piece for that as well. So,
and as far as success rate of those kindergartners then being able to move on to first grade, has you seen a difference in that with starting with preschool?
Yes, 100%. We kind of track that through our assessment, and it is well over 90%.
I was going to say,
probably it may be even higher than that, to be honest.
And that was one of the real reasons, and the gauges for success, is that we were having students that just either weren't socially or academically ready to be successful first graders. So some of those kindergartners were being retained and held back. And then by putting preschool in place, we've eliminated that. Yeah. So that is truly the mark of a successful preschool.
I was going to say, that right there speaks volumes.
Yeah, for sure.
How many spots are open for preschool?
Right now we are about half full. We probably have about 20, maybe 25 that we're filling up quickly. We've actually filled up very quickly this year.
So now is the time. Registration is open.
Now is the time. Ms. Williams is going to talk about On My Way, which is something that helps our families. So if you want to talk about On My Way.
Yeah. So On My Way Pre-K was designed in the state of Indiana to allow families to have that preschool experience. Ours is a benefit because we do not charge anything for our preschool. However, we do ask families to go ahead and go through that registration process. They can register online. and we provide, we're going to have an open house, we're going to talk about as well, just to get families familiar with the school setting, familiar with our teachers. Most importantly, they want their families to feel safe and secure. That's our school district's number one priority as well. And you might as well learn how to be a pirate at age 4 instead of waiting. It's a lot of advantages to that. That does follow the state's threshold for poverty level for families that qualify for that On My Way pre-K, but any family should qualify. And we want everybody to register. So it truly is an equalifier for everybody. You know, that equitable provider, equitable services. And the thing that I'm most proud of is our qualified teachers. We don't have to play that moving kids per ratio game. And so we're really, really blessed to have 4 preschool classrooms with our developmental pre-K as well as our general ed pre-K. So it's a nice blend.
With the developmental pre-K, let's talk about that for a minute. If you have a child that qualifies for that, how do they go about getting involved with Greensburg Elementary to get them into that programming?
They just need to call the office, and our front office staff will put them over to Miss Inga Moore, who is our special ed director, and then she can give some insight on that and what the next steps are as far as that goes.
All right. Very good.
Yeah. Well, just registration, biggest thing.
And how do we do it?
Sometimes sometimes the website, I just want to walk you through, www.greensburg.k12.in.us. Go down to the bottom right corner, says Enroll with Us. Then click on Student Registration and New to GCS, and then follow the prompts, and that will get you all registered up. If you are still not sure, we are having an open house on February 17th from 6 to 7. It'll be right there at the elementary school. You'll be able to meet our preschool teachers, visit the preschool classrooms, and you can talk with the teachers. It'll be about an hour where you can just kind of talk with them, ask any questions. And then if you haven't registered and you need help, we're going to have our IT technology department will be there. We'll have some computers set up, and they can help you do registration there right on site that night, and we'll get you all set up.
Get you right in. Now, say you did not go to preschool GES, but you're going to be ready for kindergarten.
Yes.
How do we go about getting into kindergarten?
All right. Same thing with go to registration. Same thing, same website. Enroll with Us, student registration. Now, if you were not in our preschool, then you need to go to new student. If you were in our preschool, then you go to student currently enrolled. And sometimes that gets people a little bit confused, because if you're in our preschool, you're already enrolled there, and you don't have to fill all those papers out again. Everything just rolls over. So if you are not, though, go to new student and then follow those prompts. We are going to have a KinderQuest treasure hunt on April 23rd from 5:30 to 6:30. Again, this will be kind of like an open house, be able to tour, meet the teachers, visit the classrooms, go on a little treasure hunt. We also will have a bus there to be able to see, because sometimes that is a source of anxiety for not only kids but parents. Most of the time the kids like it, the parents are a little bit worried about it, but we'll have a bus there and they'll be able to see that. And then again, we will also have our technology department will be there to help you set up and get registered skyward, whatever you need to do with that night as well. So lots of things going on.
So preschool, 4 years old by August 1st.
Correct.
Kindergarten,
5-year-old.
By August 1st.
Yes.
Okay, those are very important dates to
Yes,
keep in
they
mind.
are. Yes, they are. So,
All right. What else is happening at Greensburg Elementary?
Well, I mean, of course, this week is Counselors Week, Counseling Week, so we would like to honor our 2 counselors, Ms. Kirkhoff and Ms. Keller. They do an amazing job. They help us, not only students, but staff and parents, so we'd like to wish them a happy Counselors Week, along with all the other junior high and high school counselors as well. Of course, Friday, we're having our Valentine's Day party. That's always a good time. Our PTO helps us with that.
I always say there's nothing like a holiday at an elementary school.
Oh, for
it's
sure.
It's its own beast, isn't it?
For sure. And Valentine's Day is one of those, all the candy, and let's roll with it.
Just have a big Friday. That's right. Thank goodness, right?
Yeah, we do have Honor Society induction coming up next Thursday.
Tell us how children qualify for the honors program?
National Honor
Honor
Society.
Society?
They go
Yeah.
through. It's based on a certain grade point average, and then they have to apply. And then we have a National Elementary Honor Society committee who goes through those and looks at extracurriculars, looks at their service, looks at their academics, their leadership, and then they're chosen based on their applications and all those together.
And what grade does that start?
It starts in fourth grade, fourth
Okay.
and fifth grade.
That's incredible, isn't it?
Yeah.
They start kind of building their resume at that point.
Yep, for sure, for sure. And then of course we have, spring break, and then we roll right into all the different testing and all that, and then we come to the end.
In
It
the
goes
end.
so quickly.
It's hard to believe. You hit January and you're like, okay, the end of the year. Here we
Yeah.
here we
It's
go.
a snowball.
It is literally a snowball. It's just a snowball effect. It just rolls. So.
Let's talk a little bit. You had the 3 e-learning days. The snow came in. We all know that. But
Yeah.
just kind of talk about how staff and kids both have handled that, being able to handle the e-learning. How did that go for you guys?
I would say very, very smoothly. Like it or not, COVID helped prepare us, and our teachers and our students are all one-to-one. They had their devices. They already use a Google Classroom in their classroom, and we have Seesaw to communicate and to put lessons out. So our teachers, our students are very well prepared. They don't miss a beat. The academics are still going on. And we also understand they're children. Let them have a little balance. So really was not a big factor. Our biggest decisions were, can we do asynchronous, where we have the lessons already online, kids can do them at their own pace, or are we going to have to move to synchronous where it's live and teachers are teaching virtually?
So for those listening that may not know the difference between the two, not everybody's still in the education world.
Yeah.
Kind of explain what the difference between those two are and what qualifies to be asynchronous versus having to go to synchronous.
So we prepare our kids throughout. They have access to Google Drive, Google Classroom, and it's all secure. And so we are allowed 3 of those per the state. Once you pass those, then you have to ask for a waiver. Those haven't been granted yet. So the next step would be to do a synchronous day, and that's where students have to have their camera on. Their teachers are teaching at the moment just virtually.
Okay, so they're like they're in the classroom just at home.
However, I hear a lot of students that have done synchronous actually enjoy that because they do get immediate feedback from their teachers. So they don't have to do the chat and wait for a response in an email or whatever. They get automatic feedback if they're understanding the concepts or not. So we're prepared for that too, although we're hoping that snow is
We say
behind
no
us.
more
and
snow.
this
Randy
is-
Allis, please.
Yeah,
no more
no
snow.
more
Right.
snow. And our teachers prepare our students. They do lessons on Google Meet all the time that are preloaded. But with the synchronous, our teachers just rolled with it. They practiced doing it. The kids loved it. So we were ready that next day, because there were a few days we were not sure, if we were going to be on a 2-hour delay or completely out on a snow day, or we're going to do synchronous. But we went back and our teachers were like, yep, let's do it. And they practiced and the kids loved it. And I think we're ready if we would need it. We don't want to need it, but if we need it, I think our teachers and our students are completely prepared and ready to go.
I thought, and I heard that from several different parents and students, that it was very flawless, be it city schools or county schools, that they just did their e-learning, went about their day, and it was all good. So
For sure.
very good.
We have amazing teachers and students. So.
I always say I cannot be a teacher. I give them so much credit for
Me
being
too.
able to do that, because it's a lot to deal with. And you brought up it being Counselors Week. Sometimes I don't think that the community probably realizes the weight that the counselors carry in a school. And I don't know if you can talk a little bit about what they do and some services they provide.
Yeah. Well, being a counselor myself, a former counselor myself, they are very important, because they not only work with students and teachers, but they also work with staff. They offer any kind of individual counseling on, anything from anxiety to time management to how to get along with friends. They do groups on those very topics. We have some groups that are working on how to get along with each other, how to respond, that positive feedback, those kind of things. But then, they also are very instrumental in building our culture, as far as doing, Red Ribbon Week and doing all kinds of different things to help promote the culture in our building, which in effect is going to help their job be a little bit easier. So
Second steps, character
yeah,
ed.
and character ed, we do the character ed, they do the bullying lessons. So just they just do an amazing job.
They're busy people.
Yes, they are.
Absolutely. You touched on testing a little bit. Testing goes on throughout the school year. Just kind of give us an update where that.
Yeah.
I know there's still more to come.
Oh yeah, I know. Next up is going to be I Read 3, and then I Read 2, and then we'll roll right into I Learn. Mrs. Meyer, the intermediate principal, she is like the captain of that ship. So she's got things ready to roll. Making sure everything's in the system. And we already have schedules out ready to go. So we come back the second week of March. We'll be rolling out third grade, and then we'll do second grade, and then after that, after a break, we'll roll right into I Learn.
So I Read used to just be third grade, contained to third grade. They've now extended that to second grade because you can pass it, right? As a second grader.
If you pass it as a second grade, you do not have to take it in third grade. And we've had we piloted, I think, the very first year. We just wanted to see, let's see what it's like, and so our second graders did really well. And we work really hard with first and second grade teachers to make sure that they have those foundational skills and they are ready to show what they know and pass that. So yeah. And then for those who don't pass in third grade, then we do have the summer school program that we offer, and we have great success rate with making sure that we're getting into those individual needs, and the pass rate is very high for those in the summer.
Do you think, too, being able to take it in second grade has taken a little bit of stress? If they pass it in second grade, it's not as stressful. It's if you do it, you do it. If you don't, you don't. And
yes, 100%. Yes, I think it does take. I mean, there's a lot. We try to. There's a balance between, hey, kids, this is really super important, but we don't want you to be so anxious over it that, you don't feel well or you're sick. So we try to, frame it that way. So, hey, you know what, we're going to do this, and next year, if you pass it, fantastic, and if not, we'll pass it next year. So.
And it gives our teachers a chance to identify those students that may need a little extra intervention, reteaching of those skills to get them ready for that third grade retest year, if you will.
And when teachers are able to identify that there's extra resources, extra classroom time, how does that work that they're able to provide?
Yeah, we actually have reading intervention time and math intervention time built into our day. So that is the time when we will take those kids and look at those things and, and work on those during that time. We have different staff that are allocated during that time to be able to work on those specific skills that we need.
And the other beautiful end of that is the high ability, the gifted students that need challenged and enriched. During that intervention time, that's another prime opportunity for those students to do individual, maybe more project-based or deeper learning of topics and things they're interested in. That's where our STEM school comes in. I mean, our high ability program. Currently, we're finishing up our WIDA testing, which is for our English language learners. So a shout out to Miss Nikki Lumen and Megan Morrow. Those are our two. We have two. We're blessed that we have two English language learning teachers, K-12. So those students get extra supports in our district as well, and they're not often focused on. So it's a big WIDA testing. It's a federal, state testing accountability for those students as well.
And what grades is that for all of grades that do the WIDA testing?
Oh yeah, kindergarten through 12th grade, unless their proficiency levels are newcomers, beginning language learners, to those that have mastered that, and then they get to be on monitor, and then they graduate from that program. So it's not a grade level specific, it's actually their understanding of the English language. So that acquisition is really important.
And so does that testing happen frequently throughout for the WIDA test, or is that a one-time?
It's a one-time, and it's
that's
January and
not something we talk
February.
about very often.
Yeah.
So,
right. January and February,
Okay.
we have to test each of those kids individually on 4 domains of listening, speaking, reading, and writing, and a second language. So, I think it's such a gift to have a second language. I wish I did. And so we're blessed that we have two teachers that focus on that and help the classroom teachers integrate and provide supports to those students as they're gaining the language, as well as the regular academic content.
Sure. Very cool.
Lots of things happening.
Lots of things happening. That's right. So once again, Student Counselor Week. So
yes,
appreciate all of them.
Happy Counselors Week to all the school counselors out there.
That's right.
That's right. So spring break, what are those dates?
Oh my goodness.
Oh, it's in March. It'll be fine.
It's in March. I want to say is it the 19th?
It's
Oh,
2 weeks. If you show me the calendar, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
16th. The week of
So-
the 16th and the week of the 23rd.
Yeah.
Okay. And as of right now, full 2 weeks, no interference.
You got it.
But
Yeah.
they will be in school on Monday.
They will be in school on Monday.
All right, give us the website one more time if you need to get in and register your kiddo.
All right. www.greensburg.k12.in.us.
All right, preschool registration is open now.
All registration is open.
All registration, okay.
Preschool
All
through
registration.
12 is open. So please, everyone, even if you don't have a preschool or kindergarten, get out there and register because we look at those numbers and that's how we staff and do class lists and all those good things.
So
coming
every
up.
grade,
Every
get on
grade
there and get
level.
it done.
Yep, get out there and get it done.
Yeah.
All right. Ladies, thanks so much for being in.
Thank you
We
so
appreciate
much.
it. Okay, thanks for all your hard work. You guys put in a
Thanks.
lot. Thank you.